to like represent our culture in a place like London or something like that, to go to London and start our set with like Vicente Fernandez and like, kind of represent that and just spread that culture around the world. Because, I don't think that they get that a lot over there,
What is up, LATV familia? It's your girl, AK, and today on the show, we have Vic Fuentes from Pierce the Veil, who alongside Jamie and Tony are taking all over the world. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very, very much. It's good to see you.
Awesome. Listen, I'm very interested in the band's background. You're a rock band from San Diego. So can you set the premise for the audience a little bit? What did the rock scene look like in San Diego in 2007 when you released your first album?
San Diego is a great place to build a band. There's so many people, there's so many music lovers, and we feel very fortunate to have grown up in San Diego and had the opportunity to push our music as far as we could. A lot of kids and a lot of young people and bands don't have that opportunity. Maybe they live somewhere out in the middle of nowhere and they can't like really promote themselves, and so we were able to go to shows. And it's so funny you say that, because I found this old flyer that I used to pass. This is in my mom's shed, and we would go to like our favorite band's shows, stand outside and pass out CDs with flyers in them, and that's like how we grew our fan base in our local scene. And it was a very supportive scene, and that's how we got our first record deal, and everything started in San Diego.
So it's kind of interesting, right? Like in contrast to Los Angeles, where maybe it's so saturated that's kind of hard to really get your name, San Diego provided that opportunity for you to really build your community. Yes,
that is true. I never really thought about it that way. LA was a hard thing to break into for us at first. Mm-hmm. It felt almost unreachable. It might as well have been New York City. It was like but San Diego is a smaller feeling community, so it allowed us to stand out a little more.
Okay, so now music-wise, is there a San Diego influence in your sound?
Oh yeah, I mean, we live right by Mexico, so our Mexican roots are always in our music. There's always a little bit of Spanish, guitar work going on. My dad is like a jazz, Spanish guitar player, so he taught me a lot when I was, first starting guitar. So a lot of that kind of gets put into our music, as well as like the Southern California punk rock, like all the like fast punk. We grew up on a lot of that when we were younger, like Pennywise and NoFX and all these fast bands. And so that had a lot of influence on us from the very beginning. So, there's a lot of combinations of things that still make their way into our music.
Out of curiosity, so you say you went to Seattle, right, and wrote a couple songs, and then you went to New Orleans and recorded a couple of songs. How long did it take to create this album, the fifth album?
When you include a pandemic in the middle of it, it took forever. I think the first song, So Far So Fake, was written in 2017. So it goes back real far, and we didn't really finish everything until we actually got to New Orleans and worked with our producer Paul Meany, and that's where everything got finalized and really elevated and put together, and it's a cohesive album. But it was a lot of time and a lot of different phases in our lives along the way,
Definitely. Well, then you're finally puncturing out of what was the pandemic call, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you too, I was able to listen to the preview of your album, and I really enjoyed that each song sounded different. It was just like, oh, okay. Oh, the sound sounds different. It was just like, it was exciting to just finish the whole album because it felt like you were giving something new with each song.
Yeah, I mean, each song is a very unique story, and also just a different time in our life, So like, every song has a lot of weight to it, and so much put into each one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now I want to talk about this too, lastly. Okay, so you're of Mexican descent, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What about the other two, Jamie and Tony?
We're all Mexican.
So now I want to ask, I guess, from your perspective as Vic Fuentes, how does it feel to be, of Mexican and Irish descent, a boy from San Diego? And I know it doesn't happen like this, but just to paint a picture, you're at a table and you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to UK on a tour. Oh, but wait, also add Pal Norte in Monterrey, and then now Colombian and tour dates in Chile. Like, it's just like opposite sides of it. How does it feel to sit down? Like, how does that come to you?
It's really just like an amazing honor to be able to travel and to be able to go to all these other countries, and also to like represent our culture in a place like London or something like that, to go to London and start our set with like Vicente Fernandez and kind of represent that and just spread that culture around the world, because I don't think that they get that a lot over there, so we want to be the ones to bring that around the world, and it's always been a big part of us and our music and our show and everything that we do. So it's cool. We're very proud of it.